Football predictions for today. It is Tuesday the 3rd of March and we are very, very lucky today because there are some incredible fixtures. Plenty of games across England, including 4 games in the Premier League. Liverpool travel to Wolves, who just got their first win in the Premier League since the start of January. Brentford were involved in a thriller at the weekend and they travel to Bournemouth, who are now unbeaten in 9 games. But don't sleep on this Brentford team. They've won 5 of their last 6 on the road. There's also a huge game in the Championship with Hull away at Ipswich. This is 4th against 5th. Both of these teams on 60 points and looking to pull away from Wrexham in 6th. And around Europe is where it gets really, really interesting. We have Atletico Madrid away at Barcelona in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup, the Copa del Rey, the equivalent. And if you're not sure on the first leg result, it might surprise you a little bit. Atletico Madrid go into this game with a 4-0 victory. And in France, the Coupe de France is continuing. We have Strasbourg hosting Reims. And listen to this for Reims. They have drawn the last 4 games 0-0. They have 7 clean sheets in a row. So this could be another tight game for them. They're now playing in the 2nd division in France. Strasbourg probably will rotate, but they are very, very good at home. They score in the majority of home games this season, and you would expect them to get the job done there. And potentially the game of the day, we've also got Sporting Lisbon hosting Porto, by the way, in Portugal, but potentially the game of the day, if you know your European football, if you follow Dutch football especially, you will know that NEC hosting PSV is going to be OMG. NEC are a very exciting team to watch and they have scored in every single game that they have played, bar one, since last April. And for PSV, every single game has seen 3 or more goals since early December. Every single game, even in the Champions League, goals follow them around. So I'm expecting more in this one. This one should be a very, very exciting game. Now, before we get going, just a reminder that there are games tomorrow as well. So if you like this new daily football predictions format and you want to see more, 1,000 likes is the target as always. If it gets hit before tomorrow, I will be back here in the morning with another video just like this. And there's some great games coming up tomorrow as well. So we're going to start with the football form guide, link in the description for all of these tools as always. And just straight away we can see Manchester City have won 6 out of their last 6. We're looking at the last 6 games by default here. Manchester United under Michael Carrick away at Newcastle, who incidentally BTTS has landed in 10 of the last 10 games for them. And you wouldn't bet against it, would you? The way that Manchester United are playing at the moment. They are scoring goals. They are coming back into games. There is fight in them. But the team we are looking at here, just above my head now, is Brentford. They have won 4 of the last 6. I mentioned in the intro as well that they have won 5 of their last 6 away games. It is seriously impressive. I think the way they play and some of the goals that they score, they move the ball forward so quickly. It probably suits them a little bit away from home. And they're one of those teams that if you're a bigger team, you're not really quite sure how to set up against them because they can break on you. Do you sit back against them? Do you go and attack them? It's a bit of a dilemma, I think, for certain teams when they come up against Brentford. So 4 wins out of 6 for Brentford. That's what the form guide shows us here. We're also looking at XG against per 90. So we're just going to sort by that. And we see that Leeds are top of the pile. Wolves, Tottenham, Burnley. And then it is Bournemouth with 1.75 XG per game. And another metric I wanted to show you here is second half goal. So how many times did the team score a second half goal? For Chelsea, 6 out of 6. Manchester United, 6 out of 6. Liverpool, 6 out of 6. They're away at Wolves. We're going to look at that game as well. Tottenham, 6 out of 6. Everton, 6 out of 6. Wolves, Leeds, Fulham, Villa, Sunderland, Newcastle, Bournemouth, all on 5. Arsenal and Crystal Palace make up the teams on 5. So there's a lot of second half goals happening at the moment in the Premier League. We'll jump to the fixture now because I just wanted to show you as well Bournemouth's shots against and shots on target against, in case you wanted to maybe go for Brentford shots on target. They have allowed a serious number of shots on their goal quite consistently, I would say. The Aston Villa game, a bit of an anomaly there.
Sunderland game, it seems like they're tightening up at home a little bit, but you can see there's games where they've conceded 17 shots, 14, 17 against Wolves, by the way, 16 against Everton, 20 against West Ham. These are teams that you wouldn't have down as being prolific in terms of their shot volume. Shots on target against, at home, they have conceded 4 or more in every game since the 20th of December, which was a game against Burnley. And then before that, it goes back to 4. So there is a bit of an average here, isn't there? I would say it's 3 or 4 shots on target per game. Can Brentford hit that threshold in this one? And just switching it up to the card markets, we can see Brentford have been booked in every single away game so far this season. Will that trend continue on Tuesday night? Now, if we just look at goals for as well, we can see Newcastle 17 across the last 6. No Premier League team has more. Arsenal with 16 and Liverpool with 15. 5 of them coming at the weekend. They must be licking their lips, potentially, at the prospect of playing this Wolves team. Now, in terms of goals scored in the second half, no team has scored more than Liverpool. Manchester United are tied with 9. This is across the last 6 games. 9 goals for Liverpool in the second half. Now, we'll end this Premier League analysis by taking a look at total corners on the form guide. 76 corners across the last 6 games. That's a lot of corners. It's more than any other team in the Premier League. Corners for Newcastle top the charts, then Nottingham Forest, then Aston Villa, and then Liverpool with 40. 40 corners across the last 6 games. That's still a good amount of corners. Look at Wolves in the brackets there. 11 corners across the same period. So with all that said, this is what I'm going for. It is a double based on those 2 games we've just checked out. Both teams to receive a card in Bournemouth against Brentford, and both teams to score. Both teams in very good form at the moment. I think that could be a decent game between those 2 teams. And then Wolves against Liverpool. Liverpool to have more than 4 corners in that game. Liverpool to score in the second half. They've scored more second half goals than any other Premier League team during the last 6. And over 2 goals to be scored. I'm not discounting Wolves in this game. I think Wolves have got the potential to get a goal, as many teams have against Liverpool this season. Next up, Barcelona hosting Atletico Madrid. But first, let me show you the top rated games for Tuesday from our probability model. This is our bet of the day page. Again, link in the description if you want to check any of these out. It ranks our probability model day by day. You can view tomorrow's fixtures or the day after that. And we can see here by default it's showing you the full-time results. So we have the home win. We give a 80% rating to China women. That is the highest rating for today. We can then go to over 2.5 goals, and we see that it is the PDL now. Let me know in the comments if you've been on this league before. I know many of you in the Discord absolutely love this league, as do I. It is a sensational league for the alerts. We can see that the probability model is giving these games very high ratings for over 2.5 goals. 78% for Watford against Bournemouth, 1.28 odds, so they're quite low, but after 15-20 minutes the odds will rise, and then these games seem to come alive after 30-40 minutes. They really do. And you can see that the majority of the top 10 here for today is from the PDL. 6 out of the top 10 it looks like. And let me just show you how you can set alerts on all of these games automatically forever. So this is the in-play funnel. It is an automated, always-on live scanner that works for you. And we're going to look at over 2.5 goals here. My settings for this so far, 75%. We can set that to 70%. It's going to show you instantly how many games are going to be found in that funnel at that first step. So the next step is, what do you want the odds increase to be? Let's keep it at 33%, or you can set a minimum for live odds. So if you want only games where the odds are evens to come, you just put 2 in there, and that's that. And you can also add a huge list of stats and different combinations in play as well. So this will send me games from the PDL today. I have absolutely no doubt about that. It's something I look forward to every Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday when they play.
So that was the funnel. It's a very, very powerful tool, sends you alerts as the odds increase, and it's always on. Now we're going to check out Barcelona against Atletico Madrid, and it's 4-0 to Atletico Madrid from the first leg. So Barcelona at home to Atletico Madrid, they are as low as 1.44 to win this game. Even if they win this game 2-0, they're still going home. It's going to be a big, big task to overcome a 4-0 defeat from the first leg. Now, one of our posts on X actually mentioned Barcelona, and you can see here, shots on target 4, last 10 games, they rank first across all of the teams that are playing midweek. That's what this post was about. 78 shots across their last 10 games. They also are mentioned 3 times actually, because they've had more shots than their opponents. 8 out of 10 times you would expect them to have more shots and dominate possession and dominate the ball in this home game, as they often do. XG per game, 2.66 across the last 10 games for Barcelona. Here's Atletico Madrid's route to this stage. They've been taking this competition seriously, and why not? Because Real Madrid are already out, so whoever wins this game has got a fantastic chance of lifting the trophy. Barcelona at home is perfect in La Liga. They've won every single game, and their last home defeat came back in October, a 2-1 defeat to PSG. Now we can look at the head-to-head and see that previous game. There was 9 cards in that game, a flurry of cards towards the end of the game, and all 4 goals coming very early. No second half goals in that game, so it's very unlikely that we'll see something like that again. I would expect Atletico Madrid to try and take the sting out of this game and try and annoy Barcelona and frustrate and quiet the crowd and really, really do everything they can to not concede an early goal. But the bookies are expecting cards over 3.5 cards is at 1.36. I'm actually going to go with a card option in this game, but before I show you that, let's head over to the player props tool to find our other lines for this game. So this is the player props tool. If you're not sure what it does, it contains data for players of all leagues around the world, really. There is so many. There is NEC against PSV, by the way. We're not going to cover that game in detail, but over 2.5 goals in that one. And another game that could be fantastic for the alerts as well. So we're just going to type in Barcelona. We see Barcelona versus Real Madrid, 14 hours to go as I record this. And when it loads, we are going to go last 10 games. And then we can see Lamine Yamal for goals scored, 0.8 across his last 10. I'm going to be looking at fouls for this game, and I've got an idea for a double. And for that, we are first going to look at fouls per 90 across the last 10. And when we scroll down, we do actually see Lamine Yamal here, 1.36. And the double that I'm thinking is Lamine Yamal to be fouled and to commit a foul. He was fouled 6 times in the previous game. Now we can just see that he's also come into this on the back of a hat-trick. 6 shots and 4 on target and 3 goals in his previous game. So he's coming into this very, very hot. And against Atletico Madrid, we can see fouls drawn 6 just under my head. So I think he will be fouled in this game. There's no doubt about that. I think Atletico Madrid are going to pick up quite a few cards in this game as they look to contain Barcelona. So this is the selection for this game on Tuesday night. Most cards, Atletico Madrid, Lamine Yamal to commit a foul and to be fouled twice or more. Remember, 6 times in that first game. They were really trying to contain him. They'll be also trying to contain him tonight, but they do have that 4-0 lead. How much will that matter? What's the score going to be in this game after 20-30 minutes? Can Barcelona realistically get through? Can they beat Atletico Madrid 4-0, just like Atletico did, or Atletico Madrid too strong defensively? They've not been, I don't think, the same Atletico Madrid for around 12 months now in terms of clean sheets and conceding goals and keeping teams shut out. They do concede goals often, and it's very, very hard to look past Barcelona winning this game, but by how many? Get your predictions in the comments. And we're going to end with the betslip generator. You seem to really love this tool when I feature it on the channel. Link in the description if you want to check it out. We're looking at target odds of 2.5 and we are looking at a double for this example. Next 24 hours is fine. All competitions, we're going to sort by probability. All these settings are fine. I'll just show you which markets are enabled. Over 1.5 goals, over 2.5 goals, and let's add BTTS there as well. Let's put that to 60%, shall we? And we've got home goals and away goals enabled as well. So we hit get, and we get some games, and the first game we get, remember we're sorting by probability here, is 25% value, 25% positive edge. Our model has this double at 1.69, but in reality the odds are 2.23, and it's from the non-league. We have over 1.5 goals at 1.35, Wimborne Town against Taunton Town, and then we have a game from the Paraguay professional, the reserves league basically, and that is an 11.4 edge on that game, over 2.5 goals. So that's the double we're going to end with. So plenty of selections for today. You've got plenty of tools as well to find games on your own. Let me know if you've got any feedback on the video, on the website, anything else. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.